How can something so simple taste so good?
Best things in life are simple.
F.A. Today we are going to F.A. in Old Town Phuket. Look at this restaurant. This is a beautiful Turkish restaurant. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Lamb pizza?
Lamb pizza, yes. One lamb.
I think this is what we got last time, right?
This one is same, but this one's 1%.
So we're here with the hummus plate. How is it, my king?
It's delicious.
And we got some garlic bread to dip everything with, and we ordered another garlic bread because this is not enough for
So
us.
nice we had to do it twice.
Yes, we came here already once and we really loved it, and we were like, we need to film a video here for sure. Turkish food hits.
We'll talk about what hit. Pomegranate tea. Y'all drink wine, we drink pomegranate tea. We ain't the same. Grab your pomegranate
Let
tea,
me
baby.
grab my pomegranate tea.
Show it towards the camera.
Ooh. Pomegranate tea. Did you get apple tea as well?
Of course.
How can something so simple taste so good?
Best things in life are simple.
That is fact.
Just like relationships. When we have issues in our relationship, because who doesn't? It's always one of the three simple things: communication, respect. That's really it. One of those two things. Loyalty. I would say loyalty, but we don't really have loyalty issues.
I know.
It's something I don't think we ever. It's really always communication. That's it.
Communication is,
Sometimes
respect. I would say communication is one of, it's not the hardest thing, it's easy, but I feel like a lot of people be in their heads, you know?
Most people be in their heads.
Most people be in their heads.
I think it's very
including
sad.
myself.
Me too. I think it's very sad to see that two people who love each other can break up. You know, you see all these people that get divorced, that break up their family, and it's like, it's all due to a lack of communication. Think about it. How can two people that love each other break up? How? Lack of communication, man.
Do you think that people make the excuse that, like, it's disagreements? Would you say that disagreements also cause, like, people to separate, or it's mostly just...
Because conflict is healthy, in my opinion. You're not going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
So disagreements are a part of a healthy relationship. I think so. Some people may disagree with that, but that's their right. I just think it's lack of communication. And at the end of the day, people leave. They only quit something because of two reasons: their own withholds or overts, meaning like they've done like actions against you, like, and they like feel guilty about it, or they're withholding information like how they feel about you or a particular situation.
Makes sense. The food's coming.
Who's coming?
Ooh! Oh my goodness. That looks crazy. Sheesh. Oh, watch out for the lamp. Wow. Wow.
Prince Ali. And
And
hey
then
man, y'all ever had lamb pizza? Lamb pizza. Oh no, let that thing swing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Swing it. You know what I'm saying?
this man played too much, I swear. He'd be trolling everybody. But we got some lamb pizza and this whole, like, meat platter. So
Open your damn mouth.
Yes, sir. Mmm.
Glad you like it, biscuit. That lamb
It
pizza.
hits every single time.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it, my queen.
I love it, my king. Am I toxic for thinking that this would taste really good with Tabasco? Tabasco makes everything next level, in my opinion. Did we even get this last time?
No.
I don't think we got it that time. It didn't look this big. It's not a food review video if he's not making a
OnlyFans
joke.
video.
Oh my gosh.
OF.
No, no OF.
Look at that, y'all. You ain't never seen no plate like that in America. I don't think y'all understand. You ain't never seen nothing like that in America.
All for $12. Just kidding.
Basically. Wow.
I think that is a kebab. I think it comes with kebab, chicken, steak. 10 out of 10 recommend this place. Like literally, if you're in Phuket, Thailand, this is the spot. The food is top tier, too good.
So let's go back to what you were saying. You think that people break up in relationships because of disagreements? Thank you.
I think most people use the justification of their breakup due to disagreement. I don't agree with you on this, therefore I don't think we should be together. So I think it's just all about like, I would say values, but like, I don't know. What do you think? You don't? I think
think
that's what
that-
most people like. Like
I
they.
think,
Okay,
go ahead.
sorry.
When you are trying to, were you saying something, my queen?
No, I was saying, think about like maybe your past.
Nah, all my
No?
relationships failed because I was not a good leader.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
with that being said, and I still got a lot of work to do as a leader. I got a lot of work to do. With that being said, I think that being together is just a commitment, aka a decision. And decide, it rhymes with homicide. When you decide to take on a new life, you have to like unalive your old self because
Yes.
you have to give up things to like be in a relationship, and a lot of people don't want to give up,
Or
their
sacrifice.
habits or whatever it may be. And I'm not saying you should lose yourself or lose your identity. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should let go of the things that hold you back from going to that next level. Same way if you want to go become a millionaire, you're gonna have to need new habits. If you want to go to the gym or lose weight, you can't have the same habits. If you want to get better at anything, you got to change your habits. And I think a lot of people just don't want to sacrifice. And a good relationship, being with a good person is hard. Somebody that's going to challenge you, question you, push you, keep you accountable. A lot of people don't like that.
That's facts. I think mostly a lot of women do not like that. Do not like the accountability aspect.
Even
I know
men.
it's very hard for me.
Even men.
Yeah, I know it's very hard for me because I feel like the world treats women very different than they treat men. They hold men to a very high standard. So, when women mess up, it's, sometimes, oh, she's just a girl. If you're a guy, you have a lot less leg room for mess ups and mistakes. That's what I have come to the realization of being in a relationship. But yeah, good conversations and good food. Is there anything better in life? Well, yes, there is, helping people, but
Yeah, I want to say for all of y'all that's out there in a relationship, I want to say, there can be no good without bad. And if you wish away bad things in life, not only in life, but also in your relationships, you also wish away the good. Contrast alone is what creates the value in things. If it wasn't for rain, you wouldn't truly appreciate sunshine. If it was sunny and every day, you wouldn't really appreciate it. So that's what I'll say. To that, it's very critical. It's very important to realize that when you guys are working together through things, whether it's in business, whether it's in life, you guys are going to grow through what you go through. Remember that. Grow through what you go through. Divorce the habit. Get rid of the habit, not the person. Because at the end of the day, being together is just a decision. Are you going to commit to yourself? Are you going to commit to family? Are you going to commit to that? Or are you just going to make it all about you? And another thing is, stay loyal, like my queen said, realest bar ever. Stay loyal to your highest self. If you can't stay loyal to your highest self, your greatest self, you're never going to be able to stay loyal to somebody else.
factual. Very much factual. Can you hand me a tissue, please, my king?
Hell no.
Thank you. Under the AC, my nose be running. Let's eat.
agree.
And this is a kebab pizza, right? Is it lamb pizza? And
Yeah, man.
it's like a Turkish version of a pizza, and it's so good. I think there's like not really any tomato sauce, but it still tastes exquisite. Top tier, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Let's get into the details of this plate. Well, there's this little like salad stuff on the side. There's kebab, there's this chicken, there's steak over here. We got rice in the middle. Well, that's about it. It's like chicken over there. Little pepper, whatever this is. And it's just so delicious. All of it tastes so spanking good. Ooh, period. 400 years would have been so different. Do you think there would have been racism? Of course, people would have been like
400 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, we were slaves.
Oh. I need to.
We were slaves up until 1865. They say 1865, but really it was 1940.
Really?
Yeah, because instead of, if you look at the Constitution, it says that you cannot pretty much hold a slave unless he commits a crime. So what they did was they actually started making it very, very, very easy to go to jail. To the point where if you were walking outside and didn't have an ID, you can go to jail for 13 years. If you were outside at night, you could go to jail. If you walked on the wrong side of the railroad, you could go to jail. If you had a pig but didn't have, and it weighed over a certain amount, you could go to jail. And in the jail, in the prison camps, on the chain gangs and all that, they actually treated you worse than slavery because it was a lot cheaper and there was so many more people, they could easily just replace you. It didn't matter.
Wow.
It's actually worse than slavery. They don't talk about that, though.
That's crazy.
Yes. They still do that. Kamala Harris did that as well. Like, she kept people in prison that were supposed to be released for cheap labor. Because, you know, they make like 10 cents an hour.
I know, yeah, I did. I do know that.
Like, all license plates are made by prisoners.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that. We got the sweatshops going in the prison.
When you get out of jail, after being a felon, you can't vote.
I know. But Kamala Harris says we should have a conversation. She did say that. We should have a we should have a
That's
conversation.
the very least she could do when she put most of them in jail.
Facts. But we went down that bad. What I was trying to say is that okay, the only reason why I asked that question about do you think there would be racism is because, first of all, my U.S. history is not that great. Like, I know a lot more about world history than, like, the U.S. history, which is really bad. But, and also I was just like, I feel like people just, like, would think that you're different, but they would have, like, no reason to be prejudiced towards you.
Hell no. They'd be like, nigga, get your ass back there and pick some goddamn cotton.
All right.
I would be lynched the first day.
Just because of what? The way you talk?
Yes. Because exactly how it goes. Somebody would say something stupid. I would proceed to whoop his ass. He would proceed to get a gun or whatever, not succeed. And then he'd be like, okay, well, we gonna get you. And then next thing you know, boom.
Why are you saying this with a straight face?
Because it's the truth. They would have killed me.
Yes, sir. Well, anyways.
You know what they actually used to do? You know the term buck naked?
Yeah.
Get buck naked? You know where that comes from?
No.
It actually comes from American slave owners.
Really?
So how they actually used to break people, because you got to think, slaves outnumbered the owners 20-1. How the guns weren't that sophisticated.
Yeah.
So how could they keep all those people under their control?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you exactly how they used to do it. So they had this thing, it was called bucking a slave. Okay? Breaking the buck. What they would actually do is tie the guy down, whip him, but they would also pull his clothes down, pull his pants down, tie his legs up, tie his pants up, and then the white slave master would actually the black man, the big strong black man, in front of all the other slaves, and everybody else would see that, and then they would see like, wow, like you just did this to like our leader. I'm never doing it. And obviously, as you know, if you take away the man's spirit to fight, the women are gonna fall in line. And then if he was really complicated, what they would actually do is leave the guy tied down for days, sometimes weeks, and let, you know, people who, slave masters who were like going through and going through and going through, like take turns. This black guy. And that's where the term buck naked comes from. That's actually how they did. They're not going to put that in the history books, but that's a real thing.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. That's crazy. That is really crazy. That is crazy. But see, it obviously proves that in order to enslave people, you first have to start mentality, with the mental state of it. Then you can physically enslave people.
People talk about America was so bad, but who actually was worse was the people in the Middle East.
Really?
A
Yeah.
lot of the times they were so fearful of us. The very first thing that they would do when they got all the male slaves is cut off their genitals. 80% of the slaves whose genitals they cut off died during the castration process. But they were so scared that we would fuck their wives or be aggressive or whatever, and they wanted us very docile. So you would see, if you look in the history books, you see a lot of slaves that you can't tell if it's a girl or a guy because they had their genitals cut off. They're way worse than what we did in America.
That's crazy. The only reason why I was like, okay, so when I, it's something I need to get rid of, but when I'm like very shocked by news, I start to laugh. Like when I'm very highly shocked, I start to be like,
She's crazy, y'all.
no, I'm not crazy, I swear. But
Says every crazy girl ever.
I'm not, I swear. But that's crazy. This guy is a whole history book right here. This man is a whole, he is.
I just read a lot.
That's good. Yes, sir. We talk about deep topics here, guys. Should I put this in the video?
If you want.
I think I should. Anyways.
You just will have to block out the word rape.
Yeah, no, I'll just I'll freaking put a sensor on it. Guys, this thing hits. I don't know what they put in this to make it taste this good.
My friend, hello. I'll take another pomegranate tea.
Black tea?
No,
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
Yeah.
Pomegranate tea. Thank you.
This slaps in every level. Sweetness, flavor, richness. Pomegranate tea, y'all. What?
Acetol.
Acetol.
No acetol.
My king. I don't know if I should put this in the video. Oh my gosh. When you see a Nessitol, you say Nessitol.
Let's see.
Thank you. So I already tried the pomegranate tea. I've never tried the apple. I've never tried the apple tea, so let's see what the apple tea is about. It's
They
great.
bring us one more pomegranate tea, correct? Yes, please. Oh, no. Which two? Thank you.
This tastes delicious.
The apple tea from Appleberry.
The apple tea low-key just tastes like watered down apple juice, but it's like really good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it tastes like apple cider, watered down apple cider without the sharpness.
Makes sense.
Apple juice doesn't taste like apples to me. It tastes very like superficial. This tastes like very natural, if that makes sense. Apple cider tastes more naturally earthy, if that
True.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I say that.
He said apple juice tastes kind of like side-eye.
I mean, in America, everything's kind of not what it appears to be.
That is facts. We love America, but
Love my country.
they got a lot of things to work on, that's for sure.
Don't we all?
Don't we all?
What can be unbothered by what has been. You think you just got here? You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? No. You exist in the context of the whole world. Yeah.
Oh my. People said that what she was trying to say made sense, like the coconut tree thing. You exist in the context of
People
what
also
came
said
before
that
you.
Joe Biden made sense. Delaware.
This man.
Pizza Hut.
Oh God.
People will convince themselves of anything, babe. It's so funny because black people used to love Trump before he ran for president.
Really?
What?
No, I didn't really know of Trump before he ran for president.
You also didn't know slavery existed in America, so I love you to death, babe, but you're not the best when it comes to paying attention to America. You be in a whole nother world.
I be in a whole nother world. I'm telling you, I was made to be international, global babe.
She be picking up on all the languages, y'all. I still be trying to. I only know one word since we traveled. See, she be over here learning everything. Speak.
Halo semuanya, sekarang kita makan makanan yang enak banget.
See, she can speak languages. I'm just like, duh. So we all got our own zone of genius.
My genius is not U.S. history. I was always wondering in history.
My genius is push-ups and turtles.
I was always wondering in history, like in history class, why they always touched on Europe. I was like, why are we not learning about Africa? Why are we not learning about like Asia more? There's like so much of the world. Why are we only learning like America and Europe? And I think that's why I tuned out most of U.S. history and European, like that history lessons, because we literally only learned Europe. And I was like so confused. But now I know why they did that. So, you know, I'm just not your girl when it comes to U.S. history. And that's okay.
It's crazy to me that less than 100 years ago, you had like Emmett Till.
Oh, yeah. Less than 100 years ago, right?
Whistling at a white lady.
They barely like taught us about it. Like, to be honest, I don't know. I think I heard of the story from social media, but they didn't teach us that in like when I was in school. Yeah. Did you learn it in school or craziness?
It's crazy what hate can do.
Yes, sir.
And people will justify it. It's just the weirdest thing, but it just goes to show you how strong media and influence is. People can do cruel things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, tough, hard conversations in a Turkish restaurant. We're the last ones here.
Yep.
Wait, is this a Turkish restaurant? Yeah, this is a Turkish restaurant.
We gotta collectively raise our consciousness.
Yes, sir.
Takes 20 years
20 years.
to collectively raise consciousness.
Yes, sir. What do you think that this next generation will bring that this past generation is very unconscious about?
Well, each generation gets smarter and smarter, and I think that they're always coming up with newer and better ways to do things. However, I do think that the next generation lacks a lot of the character traits that made people great, like toughness, perseverance, commitment, being diligent, willing to work hard. And I also feel like things can get very superficial. So I think they have all the potential in the world. I think they're the smartest generation, but I think they're also held back by the mind. Like, for instance, there's more slavery now than has like ever existed on the planet. It's just all mental slavery.
Yeah.
Like, it's just mental. And people just don't know that they're a slave. It's like, okay, well, if you had a slave, if you had a plantation, would it be easier for you to like be responsible for feeding your slaves, housing your slaves, buying them clothes, doing all that? Or would you rather pay them just enough so that they can get their own house, get their own shelter, and get their own food? Because most people, they go to work just so they can get their own house, their own shelter, and their own food. Yeah. Nothing else. They don't do anything else.
Yep.
Slavery.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts.
You know? So it's just one of those things.
Yes, I agree. So there's good and bad things in every generation, but
I think this next generation will understand, though, it's not just about financial freedom. It's about time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. And I think once people leave America, I'm not anti-America. I'm not anti-government. I love America. Love my country. I just think what's going on there is kind of wild. Like, once they get out of that, they'll start to have spiritual awakenings. I know it was very enlightening for me, this whole process.
Agreed. Traveling just opens your perspective a lot and also gives you more understanding to like human beings. That we really are just we're all built the same and made the same. It's just all about how people take their lives. So yeah.
We're spiritual beings having a human existence.
Yes, sir. We're the last ones in here, so
Let's get out of here.
I think we need to wrap it up. But I'm going to show you guys around the place because they have really cool stuff in here. This thing says, "You are here for the best." I love it. And then there's a cobra. We actually saw cobras here in Phuket, and it was amazing. Creepy looking doll. This place is also a antique store, so everything you see here is for sale, which I think is pretty cool. So you can buy basically anything here. And like this is only 63,000 like Thai baht, which is, I don't know, do the math on that, search it up, but I think that's pretty cheap for this masterpiece. This looks beautiful. I would love to have this in a house. What else we got? We got my king in deep thought.
Contemplating the meaning of life. But really, I'm thinking about pizza.
And then, see, all of this stuff is for sale. There's a globe. This is a really cool globe. I actually would buy that. And then there's like, they said this is the only thing that's not for sale, which I understand why, because that's like beautiful. It's like a white peacock. Is that a white peacock? Yeah, I think that's a white peacock. And there's all these paintings, and there's a knight over there. I just love this restaurant. It's so unique, and the food's so good. Great experience and great service. So I 10 out of 10 recommend, and my king is paying. So we got all that food, like a whole platter of meat and all that stuff, for 2,380 baht. Okay? So come to Phuket, Thailand. Best food, so good, so affordable. Got it. Thanks, my king, for dinner.
Of course, man.
Yes, sir. Always tell.
Little lucky money bag, you know?
Yes, sir. Guys, I need to do a better job, but you need to tell your man you appreciate him. Because men do a lot for us women. They protect us, they provide for us, and they just do a lot. You know, they're helping raising the next generation of families and providing for them. So you just really got to give your man some gratitude. So this is your sign to give your king, your man, that gratitude, thank you, and appreciation that they all deserve.
Wishing you guys health, wealth, abundance, and happiness.
Yes,
All right?
sir.
Hoping you guys are being great.
See you.
With that being said, appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Be awesome.
See you guys in the next episode.